Hey everyone, welcome to this week's project. This week I have a part of a maple log that I've cut down into a bowl blank. I've had this piece drying for about 18 months or so it's pretty dry. Using a faceplate and mounting it on the lathe with that. And as you can see, it's not quite exactly round, it's semi-round. So that will be the first order of business, is to get it trued up. Starting out with the Carter & Son bowl gouge as usual. And at this point the lathe is at about 550 RPMs. So even though it was pretty out of round, I was able to get the speed up pretty good because it was solidly mounted on that faceplate, and I wasn't afraid that it was going to go anywhere. Got a little more to go here until it is completely in round, so just continuing the passes with the bowl gouge. And the bottom is also pretty out of round, as you can see. I'm gonna have to flatten that up. So getting there in this shot here, it is getting pretty much into round. I'm not sure if it'll come through in the background of this audio recording or not, but it's just starting to rain pretty hard here from the hurricane, or the remnants of the hurricane. And we're certainly not getting the full strength of it like some people. I'm in Maine, for those of you that might not know. So some final passes here to get it trued up on the outside, admiring the red hues in the wood, and now starting to work on the bottom and the foot. And hopefully that rain noise has gone away. I have moved to a different area of my house, so hopefully it's not as evident. Using the skewed chisel here, starting to make the foot, but spoiler alert, I do change my mind here and turn that away and end up using a tenon instead. I just wanted the bottom part. This is going to be a pedestal bowl, so I wanted the whole bottom part to be flat. And for those of you who have watched any amount of my videos, you know I change my mind a lot throughout the project. So as you can see, there is the tenon, and I'm starting to turn the bottom outside of the bowl into the pedestal shape. So using a round carbide tool to get on the inside of that curve. And back to the bowl gouge, just taking some light passes to try to reduce the amount of sanding I have to do. A little bit of shear scraping as well. And here I am finishing up the tenon. Using the skew chisel to flatten the bottom around the tenon. Making sure that the forge rod chuck has a flat place to sit and have a good hold on the tenon. And starting the sanding process on the outside and bottom. Obviously I don't show all the sanding, but the sanding was pretty extensive on this one. And I did have a few cracks that I decided to fill with some Starbond CA glue in black. And I do have a discount code for Starbond in the video description. You can get a pretty nice discount if you check out that discount code. Link is in the video description. Whether you want just the CA glue or CA glue and accelerator, or get a kit, any of those products. If you use my code, you'll get a nice discount, so check it out. Took the blank off the lathe and took the faceplate off, and using the forge rod chuck to mount it on the lathe using the tenon, tightening it up and getting ready to hollow it out. So I don't have the tailstock pulled up here, which is purposeful. I should note that if you can have the tailstock pulled up, you always should. I was pretty confident that this was safe, and I started out very slow, so go at your own risk kind of thing. Once I had the top kind of flattened out and I knew it was safe, I sped up the lathe to about 950 RPM. Still with the bowl gouge. And I'm always pretty careful when it's in a tenon not to put too much pressure on either side. I don't want the tenon to rake loose. Don't ask me how I know that. Don't ask me how I know it can happen. And changing out the tool rest to this curved tool rest. This is the Robust Interior curved tool rest. I do have a link to that in the video description as well. It cost around $100, I believe. And I waited and waited to get it. And when I got it, started using it, I was like, why did I wait so long? It's a little bit costly, but I think it's well worth it. It's made very well. So starting to get down to the depth and wall thickness, where I'm taking my time here. Still have a ways to go, but taking my time because I don't want to go too thin or join the funnel club here. And it's always a little bit trickier with a pedestal bowl because it can be deceiving. Adjusting the tool rest so I can reach inside without as much overhang of the tool on the tool rest. Checking the thickness with the calipers there. And now I'm using this skew chisel to mark a spot in the bottom where I'm going to be doing a bit of an embellishment. You can see where I had just showed what I'm going to be inlaying in the bottom. That was made on my Glowforge, which I'll give you a little bit more information on here in a minute. Checking the fit. And I am showing you here on my laptop of how I carved that out on the Glowforge. Pretty straightforward. I've had the Glowforge for a couple of weeks, and I can say my honest opinion is that it is very user-friendly. If I can do it, you can do it. So this is a witch, which will be the embellishment or the inlay into the bowl that you saw. And I already showed the witch, but so this is kind of not in chronological order, but I wanted to show you how the Glowforge works. This is the laser starting. I forgot to turn on the air filter, so you saw the air filter there. And as you can see, it is carving out what the computer told it to carve out. Back to the Glowforge after it's done. Take out the material, and there we have it. If you want to learn more about Glowforge and get a $500 discount if you order, go to glowforge.com/pfwoodturning and check it out for yourself. Some people might think that it doesn't go with wood turning, but I beg to differ, and I say that it absolutely does. You can not only make all sorts of things non-wood turning, but you can incorporate things into your wood turning exactly like I'm doing here. So that white powder that you saw me put in there, that's glow-in-the-dark powder. Using some CA glue to glue it to the bottom so it doesn't float up when I put the resin in. And by the way, I was using Total Bolt resin, as I showed you. Also have a discount code for Total Bolt resin in the video description. So thank you to Total Bolt. And I'm using a green color to inlay the witch. I spray painted the witch black, which I don't know why I did, because I'm just going to be turning it off here, and it's going to be the natural wood color. Which works out quite well, actually. If I wanted to keep the black, I should have made the inset a little bit deeper, and then maybe use clear Total Bolt instead of with the color. But I quite like how it turns out, so let me know what you think down in the comments. As you can see, the witch is starting to emerge. Have a little ways to go here, but you're starting to see how it's going to look. And the idea here was to go for something that really wouldn't take away from the bowl itself. It's a pedestal bowl. I didn't want too much going on, but something simple, but something a little different, something creative. This could be a Halloween candy bowl. It could be a fruit bowl. It could be a pine cone bowl. It could be lots of things. But one of my favorite holidays is Halloween. It's always been so. I know it's only August, but Halloween is upon us very soon. Denatured alcohol. Getting all the dust off with the denatured alcohol and applying 1 coat of sanding sealer. I use the 70-30 mixture, 70% sealer, 30% denatured alcohol. And that has worked for me. Scotch-Brite pad after the sealer has dried. Just kind of denibbing it here, using my hand to feel if it's smooth, and then starting with the Axe abrasive sanding paste. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that Axe is a sponsor and offers a pretty nice discount code to my viewers. So axewoodpaste.com if you want to check it out. Axe is made in the USA and has very fast shipping. And they have different size kits available now. If you don't do a lot of wood turning or woodworking and you want a smaller kit than the one I showed you, that is absolutely available. Now onto the axe polishing paste. My favorite part. Even before buffing it in, and you can tell what a difference it makes. I think it really brings this one to life, but I know I say that every time. Really happy with the shade of green that I picked. Taking it off the lathe and give you a little bit of a close-up before some beauty shots. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and hit that thumbs up button and the bell icon. That would really help me out and support the channel and support me keep making videos. Thank you so much. Check me out on social media, PF Woodturning, Instagram and Facebook. And until next week, peace out.